All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brandon Cohen YouTube channel. This is just a talking head video. It's pretty much like an update, and we actually have forward progression on the computer shop. So I don't know exactly what the name is going to be. I'm leaning towards just BC Computers, just short for Brandon Cohen Computers. But if you remember, I'd been talking about this for a while. I did have a location. It fell through. That location actually still doesn't even have power run to it. He said I can get it whenever it's approved, but he's stuck in like a never-ending loop of like permitting issues and just some contractors cut corners. Anyway, regardless, I was waiting and waiting and waiting for that, and I finally decided, you know what, I need to look elsewhere because it's coming into wintertime. My construction business naturally slows down every wintertime. So in the past, I normally would like work out of my house and use that to do some stuff like computer stuff and sales and repairs and that kind of stuff. But I don't really want to mix business and home life especially now that I got kids. So I was like, I need to find me not a very big location, but something that's cheap, low overhead, and fairly easy to get to. So I have two prospects. I'm going on the 17th of October, which is next Tuesday, to look at one of them. I'm going to be showing you guys behind the scenes. I want to record it and basically show you everything from start to finish, setting it all up, that kind of thing. The other prospect is a little bit closer, but it's a little bit smaller. So the square footage on the first one, they told me it's basically like there's a door and then there's two rooms, and I think the rooms were, let me see if I can't pull the message up here. So one room is 14 by 16, that's 224 square feet, not a whole lot there. And then there's a back room that's 16 by 18. So 16 by 18, 288 plus 244, a total of 532 square feet. Not a lot of square footage, but I was quoted at $500 a month for that one. It's in a really good area. It's in a populated area right off a main highway. So not only would I be getting, I'd be getting a little bit of traffic, all that kind of stuff. And it's fairly modern. It's not like I'm moving into a place that needs updates. It actually needs nothing. It has a shared entranceway with a couple other businesses. And in that shared entranceway is a waiting lobby. And it's also got a bathroom and like a little prep kitchen, or not a prep kitchen, but a little kitchen with like coffee and stuff. So if somebody got there earlier than me or that kind of thing, they have somewhere to sit until I open it up. I didn't know if that would be like exactly perfect, but the price is decent. The location doesn't need much. I literally only have to put like my shelving and dress out the inside. It's not like I have to go in there and retrofit it, because a lot of the places around here are super old and you got to like go and do flooring or paint and all that kind of stuff just to get it looking halfway decent. So that's pretty good. The other location is actually closer to me, but it's a little bit smaller. The room, I think the room was right around 400 square feet, and it's just one single room with a door to the outside, and that's it. There's no bathrooms, there's no nothing. Also, the first place that has like the two rooms, like a front room and a back room, that $500 a month includes the power, the electric, and the internet. So all that's included. It's all shared, so that's kind of nice. It saves a little bit every month. Whereas the other one, that's just the one single room, I haven't been quoted on the price yet. So it's a smaller one single box room, door to the outside. It doesn't share any kind of bathrooms or that kind of stuff. And also I have to bring my own internet, so there is an extra cost there. The only benefit to the smaller one is it's closer to me. It's about half the distance, so about 10 minutes, well, not even 10 minutes away, about 6 or 7 minutes away versus about 15 to 20 depending on traffic for the other one, because it's off a busy road that can be busy at times. So I'm super stoked about that. I'm basically trying to lock in and get started on a lease before November. So it's the 12th right now. That means I have about 16, 17 days, give or take, to get it rolling and get it popping. Both of these places are available right now, so I mean, they're both willing to like sign a lease. I don't know what all they require. I imagine it's probably like, you know, first and last month's rent, security deposit, all that kind of hoopla, pretty normal standard stuff. But yeah, both of them asked me like, what are you going to be opening? Because I guess they don't want certain things in there. And I'm like, I'm going to open a computer shop. There's going to be, you know, some foot traffic coming in and out. I'm not going to be there every day, but I will have it open. My hours will vary. You know, eventually I'd love to be there every day, but you know, if it ain't paying the bills every day, then I can't be there every day. But luckily they're like, that's no problem. The only drawback to both of these locations is I don't get a traditional like storefront, so it's not like I can slap a big sign out front, but I do get, you know, an address for people to come to, so it's a give and take. So that way, if I do, you know, do a little bit of advertising, I can be like, you know, come to BC Computers, and this is our address. And then when they get there, it's fairly self-explanatory. I think your name goes on like a little placard thing that kind of tells what room you're in for the first one. For the second one, I'm not sure, because I'm not as familiar with that location. At least the first one, I've been to that area. It's kind of like set up in a strip mall, and it's like on one section of the strip mall where it's, you go in and there's like an interior of a strip mall. So anyway, I'm super hyped and I'm super pumped about it. I feel like I've watched other channels and like behind the scenes of people setting up. I'm a big sneakerhead guy. I love sneakers. I just can't afford a lot of them. But I've watched like Cam's Kicks and watching the behind the scenes of him like getting his stores set up, because he's done multiple stores. I'm probably not going to be doing all that, but I'd love to show you guys the nitty gritty. And I don't know why, but I like the nitty gritty sometimes. But yeah, so look out for the videos coming up here soon. We're going to be touring some places together, me and you and me. But anyway, I'm going to sign off here. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate it. Yeah, see you on the next one. Adios. As for names, do you think I should just keep it simple, like just BC Computers, or should I like come up with some blah 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 name? I feel like just keeping it under the same umbrella, BC Computers, keep it nice and simple. It just ties it all in and very well together. And by the way, if this is the first time you're hearing this, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm just opening a small computer shop where, you know, I can have a place to sell my budget builds. Like I've, you know, showed you guys in the past, you know, I'm like doing a budget build right there. And traditionally I would sell them through Facebook Marketplace. I'd have people come to my house. And in retrospect, looking back on that, I've had not this house, not the new one we built. Nobody's ever been here outside of people I know. Haven't put this address online, don't want it online. But in my older houses, like the house before this and the one before that, I had tons of people just coming over like, oh yeah, come on over, come and look at a computer. And I went back and looked, and you know, at my house in Spring Hope, I had sold somewhere in the range of like 60 desktops. And I mean, that's at least 60 different people coming over here. Some of them knew the YouTube channel, some of them didn't. So the address gets leaked fairly easily. Yeah, and anonymity, having that anonymity of my house being separated from business, I just feel like that'll be good. You know, that's a good situation. Obviously, there's always a way to figure out where somebody lives if you get all creepy like that. But just not literally working out of my house, I feel like that's a good option. Also, I feel like there's some level of professionalism. I mean, I say professionalism, it's me, you know, I'm a guy in a box, but there's some level of professionalism that comes across whenever somebody like walks into your shop or your store. But yeah, what I'd like to do is have a place to sell my budget builds, have a couple of them already pre-assembled for people when they come in, offer to upgrade, buy, sell, trade computers, basically anything from laptops to desktops. If you want to work on it, fix it, all that kind of stuff, swap out SSDs, basic stuff. But there's a ton of people out there that don't want to mess with it, but they need help with it. Repairs, general stuff, offer that. I've done in the past like year, I haven't really done as much, but before that, I would always get the people that like, hey man, I want to change out my laptop battery, but I don't want to open it up. And I'm like, dude, it's super simple. Literally popping a bunch of screws off, popping your panel off the bottom of it, but people just don't want to mess with it. So No doubt I'll be changing out some laptop batteries, doing all that kind of stuff. I'd love to show you guys all that along the way. I just feel like it's almost like a new leaf. Obviously, I'm not getting out of mining, not getting out of crypto. Still got the phones going and that kind of thing. Still got the old CPU churning away over there, but computer hardware has always been like one of my passions, and this is just another way I get to do something that I love, as corny as that sounds, you know. And do what you love and you never work a day in your life. But anyway, worst case scenario, it doesn't make enough money to pay the rent, and yeah, we're washed up and we gotta move out. So luckily, or hopefully that's not gonna be the case. Cross your fingers for me, and maybe this is the beginning of a bright new future. So yeah, I'm pumped about it, especially the buy, trade, sell stuff, because a lot of people would always be like, hey man, I want to buy this desktop, but I have this one, you know, will you take it in on trade? And every now and then I would, but not really having a place to like facilitate like retail sales or like used sales. A lot of junk would just end up getting pushed to the side, and I don't mess with it. Whereas if I have a spot and I can, you know, shelf it, turn it around, and maybe turn it into something that could be profitable, I'm pumped about that also, because passing a little bit of savings on never hurts. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. This video got way too long, way too fast. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you on the next one. Adios.